interesting. And you mentioned a couple times the concept of the gyms are the offline venue for somebody to go work out, and then BurnAlong is the online, and you're bridging the two. And how important is that? How important is the fact that you're building that connection between the online and the offline? Why can't a consumer just go to their gym and then use some other online fitness tool?
Because you're just more likely to be successful if the people that you're seeing online are the people that you know offline. Mm-hmm. Because in the scenario where I've got an instructor that I love and the instructor is getting me results, I know that's working for me. Why would I want to do something different from home? Why would I risk my progress? And ultimately what happens is that if I'm seeing someone different at home, I forget about my instructor, I forget about the routine, I forget about the program that they've put me on. And then if I'm focusing just on the online piece, then I've got no reinforcement. And so that synergy is very, very important. Like the ideal situation for us is, average person goes to a gym just say twice a week, right? And our average users use us twice a week. So twice a week, they're in person in the gym. And at the end of a session, an instructor will say, all right, you're not going to see me for 3 days. Here's the homework to do on BurnAlong. And you need to do this to reach the results that you want. And when the person's at home, they're seeing that instructor can even know that they're doing the exercise. That person knows that the instructor knows. So there's that element of accountability. And then when you're back in the next time, the instructor can congratulate you, and you've made that extra step of progress because you're continuing on your journey.
Got it. And where do you see BurnAlong in 5 years?
So we will be all over the world. We're already speaking and getting set to launch internationally, first to English-speaking countries, and then from French to Spanish onwards. So we see ourselves all across the world, number one, and number two, fully in the fitness and wellness space, where the idea is BurnAlong will be with you every step of the way, from when you're in peak fitness and you're training for a marathon, to if you get injured in your recovery, like we take you through that rehabilitation, keep you connected to your favorite physical therapist, complete your rehabilitation, then get you back geared for that next marathon.
And again, I keep coming back to this because I think this is so interesting and refreshing in the world of startups. Back to somebody who maybe didn't come from the technology world, the Silicon Valley world. What have been some of the things that have surprised you most about building a tech startup?
Well, Reid Hoffman, who was like the founder of LinkedIn, he says running a startup is like jumping off a cliff while trying to assemble an airplane. So you need extreme focus, and there are multiple ways of crashing. And I think that's very, very true. And I think one of the most important things is you need laser focus. You need to be able to say to certain things, look, that sounds great, but I'm going to deal with that in 6 months. Now I'm uber focused on achieving this goal. And I think that's really where the success comes in, is having that focus, but also being willing to fail. Because if you're too scared to try something because it might not work, then you're not going to get anything done.
Got it. And so one of the big growth channels that you guys have focused quite a bit on and are focusing on now is corporate wellness. And this is interesting to me because corporate wellness is something that is undoubtedly on the rise. I think 70% of US employers are offering corporate wellness programs now. That's up from in the 50s a couple of years ago. Why? Why do you think that is? Why is that so important to people?
Well, as we like to say, simply put, if your employees aren't fit, they're more likely to quit. So if someone is out of shape...
Johnny Cochran come up with that?
No, it's my own, but I give it good credit. If someone is dealing with weight and health issues and back issues, they're more likely to take sick days, they're more likely to be unhappy. And so that's a big challenge for companies, is how can you keep employees healthy, right? It's important from a cultural perspective, it's important from a retention perspective, and it's also important from a health insurance perspective. The other really big thing that I think is often ignored is, and this data is from companies that we work with, is about 60% of costs for an employer from the health insurance side comes not from the employee, but from the employee's family members. So you could put on a yoga class for your employees at 5 o'clock, but if it's their family members who are out of shape and really need it, that's not helping them. And that's, I think, one of the beautiful things about BurnAlong is you can do this at your desk if you have 30 minutes at lunchtime. You can also do this at 8 o'clock at night with your family. We see all these great pictures of people posting groups on Facebook of them with their partners and their spouses and their kids doing yoga at night. And so it really is like a family affair. So it's very, very exciting. And it does, if your employees feel great, affect their productivity, it's a win-win across the board.
It's a win-win across the board. Daniel, thank you very, very much. Where can people learn more about BurnAlong?
Go to www.burnalong.com and you can sign up on the website and learn more, or you can find us in the Android and iOS app stores.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.